Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trackstars Racing Series. We're here for round 12 of the Touring Cars Championship. We're just a couple of minutes out. We're just waiting on one more driver to join. But I thought I would just get a little bit of a start, have a little bit of a chat, talk through it. It should be quite an exciting race. I know a couple of these boys have done their practice throughout the week. I know some people also haven't touched the game in 3 weeks, so that should be very exciting. There will be one driver who unfortunately won't be able to qualify tonight. Our Palmer will be has a qualifying ban for tonight, so he will be sitting in the pit lane for the whole 10 minutes of qualifying, but everyone else had free game to go ahead and try get pole and try get probably one of the fastest men that's in Trackstars at the moment of Ridwan. He's absolutely flying at the moment throughout the series in the Touring Car Championship. He's pretty much doing what Max Verstappen's doing in real life F1, just making his way, being pretty blasé about it. So it should be an exciting race tonight to watch, and it should be an exciting one to see how he does as well. But there's also your likes of, as much as Mr. Palmer does have a qualifying ban, see how he can do up through the grid. I know we also have Jarman, he's jumped in to race as well. You've got the likes of Rusty, you've got Milky, stuff like that. So also Mr. Spud, he will be also racing. So we're just a couple minutes away from getting the green flag for qualifying. We're just waiting on a couple of drivers to get in. There was a late change out, so there will be no safety car, but we will just have a VSD instead, because we've had a last minute dropout. So Jarman has decided to jump in instead. If there's anyone in the chat, just make sure if you could tell me if all the audio is good before we get going. We're just currently in practice, so we'll just jump onto a car as some of these guys just go around before we jump into qualifying. So let me undo that one and we'll jump into it. So this is just Mr. Ridwan jumping around, and our driver is in. Thank you, Mr. Brian. So we're just jumping around here, on board here with Ridwan, or the broadcast camera of Ridwan, going around the track, cutting his last few laps for the night. Alright, and there we go. We've just got a message from the lobby host that we will have qualifying in 3 minutes. So at 7:10 for people in Queensland, or 8:10 everywhere else. It's been a hot minute since I've been back in the Trackstars commentary box. The last time I was in the Trackstars commentary box, I absolutely butchered it for the life of me. That thing, it was not a fun experience. Last time I was in the comp. Pretty much I butchered everyone's name, didn't know what I was talking about, and it was, yeah. I also see Brian in the chat, I also see Nicholas in the chat. Welcome boys. So the championship it is pretty tight. It's not really tight. It's this man on screen. He's pretty much carried away with it. I've also gotten some insight inside information that if both its cars score points, they wrap up the team championship. So that should be pretty exciting as well. So if they're able to wrap up the team championship nice and early, and then there's still a lot to play for. As much as the P1 is pretty much, you know, in the bag for this man. P2 in the championship, P3, P4, all those things, you know, to say that you've got top 5 in touring cars and in the championship is a pretty big feat as well. So, and we're just about 40 seconds away from the green light for qualifying. We'll get into it. So we're at the Tokyo Expressway, and so this will be a pretty exciting one. Do not like this track. I don't like many tracks on this game, to be fair. But this track should produce some good racing, nice high-speed corners. You've got some good straights, the slipstream, and then you've got, you know, your tight hairpins and stuff like that. Your tight hairpin right there and out at the end there. Which always leads for some interesting moves, good racing. I guess the exit out of that one is the most, but there we go. We've got the green light for qualifying. So I will change all this to everything, and we'll get out there. And the first car was Von Duve, so we'll jump on board Von Duve. I don't think there is anyone. Oh, yeah, there is. So he's the first car on track. So we'll see what he can do on his first lap here. So he comes out and gives himself a nice open advantage. First car out on track. Pretty interesting, nice sunsets for tonight's qualifying. Will be very much enjoyable, and the death chicane. That chicane can be a whole lot of fun, or it can also be absolute death. But as he approaches the line here he goes. So he comes through the kink of turn 1 into the heavy braking zone of medium braking zone turn 2 here, and nicely done. Brings the car out nicely, and then just comes into the section. And this is Gran Turismo 7, so there will be a little bit of input lag, but that's to be expected. So as he now comes down in towards the turn 5 hairpin, he's done this first sector quite nicely, nice and tight around the apex of the hairpin, and then on exit there, as he opens the car up, as he comes out of the hairpin, and then got this nice big straight, just pedal to the metal for the time being. As he races into the tunnel here, and sitting just about just under 300 kilometers, as he now approaches the fast sweeping right-hander. And the first lap for Von Duve should be a nice one as he goes through the chicane, and the dirty air there copped that would have been Ridwan who copped a little bit of the dirty air there, but he will come to the line. He will set our first time, and it will be a 121, and then Ridwan pops it up in a 121.7. So nice lap, and then the laps are just flying in here. We'll see if I can get onto someone before they come around that final corner there. So, Mr. Potato, he just set a 122.5. Mario is yet to set a lap, so we'll go on board here with Mario. In cockpit cam, see how his steering inputs and stuff like that going. Rusty Nut, that's another lap there, a 123.6. Old Man, a 123.9. Ooh, big snap there for Mr. Mario. And that lap done for him. We've got Campbell here coming to the line, and Campbell's gonna go P5. Originally P5 there. We've got Muffin, who I don't think it's on a push lap. This is car 55. This is the start with the wrong car, I think it is. Very Australian based for the army. That's what I'm pretty sure that delivery is based off. So Nightwalker sets in a lap. So who would yet to set a lap? Old Man and Jarman. So we'll see what can Jarman do here as he comes down into the depth chicane. Just clips that inside curb. There's a beautiful exit out here as he comes around the final corner. Rusty Nuts there was a 123.075, and then Jarman's a 123.224. So nicely done by Jarman there. Old Man in P13, obviously Ryan cannot set any laps. On board here with the current pole sitter. He's just coming around the final corner. Can he get into the 120.5? Or can he even get into the 119? It will be, yes, 120.552 for Mr. R. Ridwan there in the It's Racing. Just making sure no one's screaming at me. Right, alright. So, Mr. Trappett here, late call-up. Very late call-up for the MSR car. So he jumped in there right at the end in the number 11 to join the Potato of Mr. Potato in the other MSR car of the 32. So these boys are currently going nicely, both in the top 10. Potato just sitting outside the top 5. He's not too far off there. But this gap between Muffin and Campbell by 0.1. That's pretty crazy for qualifying. So these boys are going. There's just about 3.5 minutes left. So probably about 4 laps left in qualifying. So those boys to get there to improve and get the best lap they can. See who's coming around. Go on board here with Old Man. Old Man is in the WRT Motorsport. 151, the WRT Motorsport car. D Mario just went over the line at 122.325 for him. And on board here with Old Man as he comes out of the final corner. Opens that car up into the line. This is going to be, should be a pretty decent lap. It's going to be at 123. He did not improve, he was down. Very unfortunate. Go to who is this? This is Mr. Campbell. He just crossed the line. Bad. O'Shea has jumped up to P3, and Mr. Potato is gone P1. He's done a 120.457 to get into the provisional pole for the time being. So we'll see how this one goes. So we'll see what can Ridwan do here. Can Ridwan, so Ridwan's on an outlap. Pretty sure he's on fresh soft, by the looks of it, from what the tyre indicates there. Nightwalker 121.5, Pat Trappett at 120.7 as they come across the line. And so we'll see what can Mr. Ridwan do. Can he improve? And well, in the first sector he is down by 0.25 of a second, and very late into the hairpin on the braking, but he should be able to manage to wrap that one up. Sharman finally sets a decent lap there of 122. I don't know whether if Jarman would have been better racing or still be in the safety car with those lap times that he just put in. But I say that, he's done what I probably would have done in the safety car, put it in the wall. But we'll see what Mr. Rubwine can do as he comes into the final deck chicane there. Nicely done, takes a lot of that inside curving and then comes around the last curve here. And to the line, what's it going to be? Can he get it done? He cannot. No, still at 120.7. So he's still yet to top Mr. Potato. Mr. Trappett's also just starting another lap here as well, and he cops a big shunt. I don't know if that was a shunt or that could have been lag, or he actually may have hit the wall there. I was unsure. But we'll continue on with him. There's about 10 seconds left in qualifying. So we'll see as he a little bit of a got no one behind him, so he's yeah, so there it is. So it's hit 10 minutes, and all these boys are on their final lap. So Mr. Pisasso, he is done. He's pulled it into the pit lane. So that is Rusty. Rusty's done. He is up P13. Unfortunately for him, and we've got a couple of cars that are just ahead of him, so we'll jump up a little bit. We've got Von Doon, who's copped a penalty, but as he comes to the line, he'll stay there. Who else is on the lap? Who's this? This is Mr. Trappett. He's coming around the final corner. To the line, can he move himself up into the top 3, top 4? He does improve, but stays where he is. Mr. Campbell is P4, Rubine is P3, Potato P2, and O'Shea just pips him right at the end there with a 120.4, 46. Nicely done by him, and I think, I know Mr. Potato, he is on a lap here, so he can still improve. He's going full pace, so we'll see, can he improve? Jarman jumped up, improved by a 122.161. So into the death chicane, out of the death chicane, around the final corner. Oh, he's on an out lap, don't worry. I'm just bloody blind. He's just doing his classifying himself there. So that is qualifying done, and we'll get a quick look at that. Get a look at the results there. So O'Shea from Potato from Rudwine, our top 3. So the GTRs combined for the top 3 there, and then a Lexus in the middle. We then have Mr. Campbell in P4 with Pat Trappett in P5, and we've got Muffin in P6, Wonduv in P7, Milky in P8, and then next we've got Karofsky in P9, Mario in P10, Jarman in P11, Old Man in P12, P13 is Rusty, and then Mr. Palmer in P14. So nicely done, and we'll just take a. I'm pretty sure we take like a short break. I think we normally have. There's normally a break, but I could be completely wrong about this one. Two minutes. Okay, we've got 2 minutes, so I'll be back in 2 minutes so we can get going. Right, I'm back. We're just about to get going here. Yep, there we go. We've got the good luck messages on the board. So everyone will be getting ready to go here. Race will begin very shortly. We've got 24 laps around the Tokyo Night Race of Trackstars Touring Cars. Round 12, I am Vent here, and the main race is about to get going. Should be an exciting one here tonight. We'll see how this one. I'll need to hit spectate for that one. And right, there we go. So the lights are on. Oh, I need to give you guys game audio, I think. Yes, there we go. Right, so we've got 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. Nick gets a really good start off the start there as they go side by side up into turn 1 here, and it's going to be Mr. Patasso, the Spud leads, and then even Ridwan got a great start there. He moves up into P2. A little bit of a rough start there for Campbell. He's gotten done by Trappett there as Pat moves up there into P4. As O'Shea, what a shocking start from O'Shea. He had lost 2 positions in the face of pretty much a corner. As they come down into the hairpin, jump on. That was a horrible one to go through. And then side by side, Milky and Kowalski. Milky getting sideways through the corner, and who's that? That looks like, I don't know, that was someone into the wall. That was Jarman. Unfortunately, Jarman into the wall at the back. Very unfortunate for him. But we continue on. And looks like it is all good in the hood for the time being. But as they go through, up in through Campbell and no. Sorry, Campbell and Trappett side by side together on the exit. Trappett has a really good exit there, so Campbell's just trying to sit in behind him. Slipstream, but a pretty good opening first lap there from everyone. So they start, and it will be, so we'll have a look. I'm pretty sure everyone will have to be on the same tyre. Yes, so everyone is on the racing soft, and then they change over to the racing medium. Mr. Palmer from starting last has moved up 9 spots. No, not 9 spots, he's moved up to P9. He started P14 and to move up to P9, made up 5 positions so far. He'll be trying to push his way through the field and try to get into that top 5, so that him and Mr. Ridwan secure those team championships. So he's just on the back here of Milky, so we're on board here with this little battle here. They come through the tunnel, and he goes for the move there. We'll jump on board here with, so the move gets done. Mr. Palmer moves up, and then who is that on his inside? I thought Mario was going to think about it. Mario had a little thought about it. As he comes down into the depth chicane, Mario's going to think about it on the inside. On the inside into the depth chicane, they're side by side, they both make contact, but somehow they both still get out of that alive. Milky does drop down to P10, but they were able to keep it. That was impressive, but they've lost some big time to Ryan in front. They've lost 1.8 seconds with this battle that's going on. So side by side again. This battle between these two blokes is absolutely amazing. We'll jump up to the front in a bit, but at the moment this battle for P9 is being a spicy one. So they come down, and that was Rusty on Akorski there, and he makes his move, but of course he does got to have that better grip on the outside line, which is the racing line. So look at that, he's pretty much right on his gearbox, going left, going right, mate. What are you going to do here? He tries to go for the wall move. He's still side by side. He just pulls ahead, a little bit of contact as they make their way through, but they're still side by side. And Nikolsky just pulls ahead, as they exit out of the tunnel and up around the big left, right-hander. Sorry. And then through the death chicane. Nicely done. No one's died through the chicane at the moment. Everyone's done nicely. So, fastest lap is held by our race leader of Mr. Ridwan. Hamza is doing that nicely, followed by Mr. Potato. In P2, he had a great start from P3, and so he was P2, and he's been able to have a good start here. So it's just holding his way. Pat Trappett, Mr. Trappett here is moving slowly in the Lexus, not moving slowly. I mean, he's moving slowly to the back of O'Shea here and trying to push for P3 in this race, as he just gets the fastest sector there. So they come on for lap 4. We have, oh sorry, that was lap, so right, so we have 20 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. The opening 4 laps has been pretty nicely, nice and tight, so nothing too crazy. We'll see how is Mr. Jarman doing. He is 16 seconds, 17 seconds off Old Man. 2 is that's Mario, and Mario, mate, I don't think it's a car park, it's more like an expressway, but you know, you're in main series, not me, so I'll leave that one up to you. So unfortunate there for Mario, he had a little spin there. This battle for P10 starting to spice up a little bit, as Mario's into the pit lane. Doing his pit stop already. Now is Milky's kind of a bit of a no man's land. He's got 4 seconds to the car behind him, and he's got about a 1.4 seconds to the car in front. Von Duve, he's on the back of Muffin, who Muffin's just a little bit off the back of Mr. Palmer. Well is well at the moment. It's been really cool to see how this track has changed currently, as it did start a little bit more in the daytime, but as the time has progressed, it has gone on into a bit of a more nighttime. It's been really good. So Tokyo is a really one of those tracks. It's depending on obviously what layout you do in Tokyo, but this is a very common one to do. It's got a mixture of high speed, low speed, heavy braking zones, and then it's just open straight. So a mixture of configurations to provide the ultimate for racing. These boys are doing a fantastic job at the moment, as we're on lap 6, we're a quarter way through of this Grand Prix, or sprint as I should say, and I want to see someone have a bit of a death chicane experience. We saw those 2 cars before go side by side, which we're not expecting people to go side by side for the death chicane. That's just something you don't see every day. Up front, Mr. Trappett, as he's gained some big time. Last time we checked, he was about 1 second, and if I'm not mistaken, both of the leaders, so Mr. Ridwan and Mr. Pitasso, both have a penalty, a 0.5 penalty, and is Ridwan into the pit lane? Ridwan is into the pit lane, so Pitasso leads on. O'Shea moves up into P2, back traffic and move up into P3. Where will the really come out in front of P9? Yes, P10. Yes, he will. So he moves up. So he's got a nice gap there. But we jump up here. Where is the on the main straight? No. So, well, we're about to see as he's being little yellow bars popped up, and he got a little bit squirrely through there, and there it is. So just as you come out of the last turn there, and there's the burn zone. So O'Shea will gain a little bit of time, so will Mr. Trackman on him. O'Shea going up into the lead here, we're on board there. So O'Shea moved up into P1, followed by the 2 MSR cars of Picasso and Trappit. So Mr. where is he? Mr. Ridwan will be slowly making his push up and trying to push up into, you know, get back to where he was. But as soon as most people hit, I'm assuming that will kind of fade out. Mr. Palmer has done an absolute fantastic job moving up the grid. He started P14, sorry, he started P13, and he made his way up. He started P14, so he's made up 9 positions. That's a pretty good feat, and he's still got plenty more to make up. And he's got the fastest lap of 120.601, and he's still improving on this lap as well. So, we will move on from him. Our top 3 battle is still going on. Mario, these boys at the back are kind of just in their own little world, doing their own little thing. Of course, he's just got picked up a penalty. Hamza is about 2.8 seconds off Milky. And then Milky's just, yeah, Milky and Dongoon, they've got a bit of a gap to each other. Mr. Palmer is slowly pushing up on the back of Campbell. And Campbell's he's inside 1 second, so we will have that slipstream as they come out of the tunnel here, up into the right-hander. Welcome to everyone who is in the chat. I'm pretty sure it's only Ryan and Mr. Tasso, but and there's anyone else in the chat, how is everyone's night going? Been a pretty good Sunday. F1 Vegas Grand Prix was on. What a race that was. After the week leading up to it, what FP1 was, and the disaster that FP1 was. It turned out to produce some pretty alright racing. So definitely excited to see what next year brings, but I'm more excited to see what 2026 brings. In the new regulations and how that will shape up everything, and especially a track like Vegas. But look at this, these boys are absolutely, they all came through the hairpin. Absolutely backed up here, so they're all pretty much just sitting on each other's gearbox. But really, the 2 MSR cars are going to work together here to try to get O'Shea and move up into P1. Yet to see, waiting for that Ridwan to make it into the top 8. Not for team into the top 8, we'll see that he's on a nice big push here. As the wind on this track is about 3 kilometers, so nothing major, nothing huge, kind of unsettled car. I've been in some races where the wind's been like 27 kilometers, and you want to turn to the car, and the car's going, nope. So nice and settled wind out here on track. And we're just about to reach the halfway point of this Grand Prix, and we've had a couple of people make their pit stops. Not everyone, but only a couple. I know Ridwan's made his pit stop, I know Jarman's made his pit stop, and That's all I think of. So a lot of these boys still only get to make their pit stop. Looking for something, but I can't remember what I'm looking for. Anything is. Right, good. So it's lap 12 for the halfway mark of the Grand Prix. We've got 12 laps left. Our top three are all the same. Mr. Ryan Palmer has gotten past the Matt Campbell P4, and he's now making his way up into pushing on for the top, top three. Sorry, and still yet to see. Where is he? Oh, he's into the pit again. He must have copped damage. So Ribbon, halfway into this Grand Prix, and he's at the rear. So he's still got plenty of time, plenty of luck to make this up. But at the moment, he's not in the best position. And Jarman is slowly making his way up. Same as old man, Rusty. And so from Rusty to the top 8, pretty much there's a big gap there. So, and then I guess really from Wondu, there's still a bit of a gap between him and Muffin. That gap is only was it 4.1, but with Wondoon's half-second penalty, that won't help him at all either. These boys aren't going out, so Muffin on the back of Campbell, like no tomorrow, pushing and pushing and pushing, and they go into the death chicane, and no touch of death then, but it will be interesting to see if any one of these boys can make their way up. Muffin just sitting in the slipstream. It doesn't seem like he's really pushing to get the move done, but he is also in a different vehicle compared to the Campbell, and we all know that the Nissan is God tier. Even though we do have Alexis in P2. So we're on lap 14, not too long left in this Grand Prix. We've got about 8 laps left, so still a lot more to go on for. And the gap out front is just let out to about second. And but while that's happening, we'll have a look at the calendar. So this is it's around 12. The Tokyo Expressway South. That's what this one is. And then not next week, week after, we have the St. Croix 1500. Circuit the St. Croix C, so this layout C of St. Croix, and that will be 139 laps. And medium, water, dry, and daytime for that one. So that's going to be a big event coming into that one. That will be very exciting for that one. Also, because this is round 12, 2 drop rounds will be applied at the conclusion of round 12. So if there was a race, say, race 5, the Atlantic Sprint and Trial Mountain was not your best race, you get to have the drop round, which is nice for you. But yeah, we're coming up to it. Coming up to the end of racing for 2023. I know next year there's some pretty exciting things happening. You find that 2024 is there's some big hype up there. So that's really exciting as well for what's going to be happening upon next come January, February next year, 2024. I know there are some other things and plans. We'll see the return of the trackstars Formula Series, Porsche Cup as well. Touring car at the end of the season as well. So a lot to look forward to. Very exciting things happening. Very keen to see what that brings. So we're on lap 16. We've got 8 laps remaining. I just realised that before I said we had 8 laps remaining. We actually had 10 laps remaining. I'm just a donkey who can't math. So this P3 has been a bit under threat now. Mr. Palmer has made himself up and he's really sitting nice and tightly with his pad at the moment. And we'll see how this battle falls up on the horizon. But very unfortunate for Red Wine, he just hasn't had the best race. He had a great qualifying and he had a great start to the race, and then I think he just got caught up in some things and he just dropped to the back of the field a little bit. But it is what it is. That gap out front is now going out to about 2.5 or 2.4 if you want to be specific. And then Mr. Trappett is about a second and second point one off P2, and then Mr. Palmer is 7/10 off. So he's within a second of Mr. Trappett and just trying to push and get into there. So once it comes lap 19, we'll also have no VSTs will be allowed either. I'm pretty sure that will fall the safety car rules as well. Lap 18 now, 75% way through this race. Let's have much longer left. now. That gap dropped out to about a second point 2. Firstly, Muffin is below the Captain Campbell. We'll see if we can find close to battle. This seems like a close to battle. Mr. Diop trying to push up to the back of Old Man. And then Ridwan just behind them. We'll see what happens out of this battle here. Lap 19 of 24, not too many laps remaining, so also no VSC to be called on from this point. But very exciting, and this race should be done within the next 5 minutes or so. Ridwan gets past Mr. Diop there, and then he had a little thought about making the move on there on Old Man, but backed out of it. So we'll move from up here as they come into the depth chicane, and they go on for what is going to be lap 20. It's on the inside, and there it is. That's the move done even before the straight. So Ridwan moves up into P11. He's got 5 seconds to hunt down Rusty. Can he do it? We'll have a little figure out as Kokovsky. She's got a 15-second gap to the rest of the field. The rest of the field is coming out of the hairpin, and he's just entering onto the straight that goes into the hairpin. So quite a bit of a difference in those ones. These top boys, nothing changed out of them either. They're all just doing the same. Surprised Ryan's actually doing something. He's not normally used to pulling his weight around here. He's one to get carried, not to carry. To be honest, I could sit here all night and spray him if I wanted to, but we're not going to do that. We're going to play nicely. Anyway, he never plays nicely. So this battle for P5 it's been a nice battle all night really between Muffin and Campbell. Campbell, unfortunately, he was in that top 4 battle, and then he's just you know, some of these those top 4, they've just been in a league of their own tonight really, making their way up the grid, and just been pushing each other along to get it done. There, running it into the deck chicane, looking up, nothing up top. Pat still sitting close to behind. That gap now out to about 3 seconds up top between Tasso and O'Shea. Muffin still in that 1 second. Muffin seems to do really well in the straights. His setup seems very straight liney, but just in those medium speed corners, like the lower speed corners, he seems to just be a bit on the back foot and just lose a little bit of time here and there from Campbell. Von Doon doing okay in P7, a little bit of no man's land, but you know, that's okay. No man's land life, you can just get what you need to get done. Milky in P8, taking really nice tight apex there off the hairpin. Of course, you slowly pushing slowly getting there. He's in top 10, so like the same with Rutty's up there in top 10. But Rutty's got to be watching out because he's got the championship leader. The Hamza on his backside, coming up real red hot quick. So this will be a good one. So we've only got 3 laps left of this Tokyo Sprint, and we'll see can Mr. Hamza make his way up into P10. He gets the fastest sector there, and had a little thought about it, goes very wide, absolutely pops the dirty edge just then, and the dirty edge was moving into the wall, and then comes through the depth chain, getting on it nicely, and those tyres are looking a bit red hot, not looking the greatest. As Milky's got some front end damage and front right suspension damage. That would not be fun for him, so he be fixing it. No, he's going to continue on with it. So he's going to carry that damage for the rest of the night, which I understand, but fair enough. And Mr. Trappett, what have you done? What have you done? You are slowly falling into the jaws of Mr. Palmer here, and see, can he get this job done here? They come down the main straight here. He's got no one behind him, and it's going to be a pretty much locked defensive move, but as they go around the kink of turn 1 into the heavy brakes on turn 2, Mr. Palmer's got it. So, up into the podium positions, Mr. Potato, it is the final lap as well. So, can he make a move up into P2, or will he stay P3? Nick would have to have... Oh, what is that? What is that? My God! What an absolute send! Mr. Pat Trappett for P3 ruined not only his chance at a podium, but Ryan's chance for a podium. And now Muffin and Campbell on the last lap are going at it. But what on earth is that? We'll leave that one to the stewards box, but Jesus. Call you an ITBM. Like a missile from a mile away. So they come into the depth chicane here, but as the checkered flag dropped out, it will be O'Shea from Mr. Pitasso, and will come home for P2, and nicely done. And Muffin will pick up P3 from Mr. Campbell. Campbell will come from P4, and then Palmer, Mr. Trappett, and then Von Dude will come home for P7. Milky will be P8 unless he absolutely chokes it, but I don't see that happening. Carries damage halfway through that Grand Prix, and was able to get it done. He'll come home for P8. Number 9 comes home for P9. Akowski here, and then Ridwan did get past Rusty, and then comes home in P10. Rusty for P11. Old Man will come in for P12, followed by Jarman here, and then we're just waiting on Mario. We must have clocked like a 30-second penalty or something, because he's just, or he, I don't know what's happened there, but what a race. Congratulations to O'Shea, Mr. Pisasso, and Muffin. Muffin's absolutely done a Stephen Bradley, come through the field and somehow gotten a podium. That would be thanks to this person. See what people have to say about that one. But Ryan, he did a great job as well, starting P14 to move up to P5. That's 9 spots. That's a fantastic job as well. And just waiting on Mario. I don't actually know what's happening, because there would be a time limit but I don't know how long that time is. Fastest lap went to Mr. Picasso as well. Yeah, did that quite nicely as well. So 120.3 was the fastest lap. And I'm just double checking. And there we go, finally. I'm just waiting for him to get it done. So there we go. But victory, pole position, and clean race. Nicely done for him. We'll have a quick look at the. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Also save the replay just in case it's needed. That's the one I'm looking for. So I see it from Mr. Potato, from Muffin Campbell, Mr. Palmer, Mr. P. Sendit in P6, Von Duve in P7, Milky P8, and then we've got Krofsky in P9, Ridwan in P10, Rusty P11, Old Man P12, Jarman comes home in P13, and then Mario in the last. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been round 12 of the Trackstars Touring Car Championship. We've got one more round in 2 weeks when they take on St. Croix 1500. I've been Venti. Thank you for joining me tonight. I've been happy to jump back into the complex and get a stream going. Next week it will be the last races for TS3 and TS2 next Sunday, so that should be an exciting one as well. But for now, I've been Venti, and